Okay, I just recorded this whole 6-minute video of me talking about how blessed I am to be in this position, and it literally didn't record without the audio because I had my camera muted, and that is something I would do. So I'm not even mad at myself because it's very on par for me, and I'm gonna remember that I did that when I look at this video. Like, why? It was so good too. Like, okay, I'm doing good now, but I was crying like 20 minutes ago because I just got hit with this like overwhelming sense of gratitude to sum this up and not make this another 6-minute video. This overwhelming sense of gratitude because I am who I am and I'm living the life that I lead. And it made me actually cry. And it is 8:33 a.m. in the morning. And it's a full moon, so like you know how that is, a lot of emotion. But I just am so blessed to be where I'm at right now. And I look at myself throughout my life, and I really feel like I haven't changed who I am as a person. I feel like I've, if anything, really tapped into who I am. And now more than ever, I feel like I am just really in my element, or at least finding it again, because for some time I did feel a little out of line. And obviously, no one's perfect. I have days where I'm overwhelmed, I have days where I'm stressed out. My nervous system is definitely very high strung, and I know that. But I am just so blessed to have gotten to this point I'm at now because I'm 22 years old and I'm doing things that I honestly, I'm doing things that I would have only imagined when I was little. And I just know that my little self would look at me right now and be like, this girl's cool. And that's all I want. I just want my younger self, who's still out there and existing in some capacity, and maybe even within me, she's still here. That is a version of myself that I have shed, but they're not gone. And I know that everything I'm doing is for her because that version of myself could see the person I wanted to be when I was younger. And I'm committed to making that person a reality. And I just always want to be somebody that my younger self would look at and be proud of, even though they probably wouldn't even understand what that feeling of pride is because a child doesn't understand that. But I think they would look at me, my little self, little eyes would look at me and be like, this girl's really cool. Like, I want to be like her when I'm older. And that's all I want. That's literally all I want in this life is just to make myself proud in the future and in the past. And allowing myself to tap into that has allowed me to really just feel so much gratitude for where I'm at in this life currently. I'm living for myself, but also these versions of myself that did exist and that haven't existed yet. And when you live for all versions of yourself, it gives you a lot more meaning. I'm not even sure how to explain this probably properly to somebody, but even last night I was in the shower and I'm not kidding when I tell you that my future self came to visit me. And I fully believe that. I had this very divine experience in the shower after yoga. I was just showering and nothing was in my mind, right? And when I have these thoughts like this, it just quite literally amazes me because I know it's from an external force going into my head. And I know that I'm not inflicting these thoughts on myself. If anything, I know it's not a thought. It's not a thought because our thoughts are not who we are. Those are things from our external environment. This was like a message. It felt like a message. I was in the shower and my future self was there, like fully there in my reality in that moment. And I was talking to her and she was telling me, she's like, why are you worrying about all the things you're worrying about right now? Why are you stressed out? And she started laughing at me. And while she was laughing, she was smiling. And we were in this beautiful home. It was so nice. And she was very well dressed. She had like her long blonde hair, you know. And I was looking at her and I was like, okay, in my mind, I was like, I don't know. And I didn't say anything. Like when she told me this, I just looked at her and she had this like very beautiful smile that was almost like a smirk on her face. And we were looking at each other in the eyes, and I said to her, well, I didn't say anything actually. And that's I didn't say anything to her. That's the whole point. We just exchanged a look and I just smiled back at her and I just felt a lot of peace from that experience and it did happen. This is something that happened in my mind that felt so real and visual, I felt like I was getting a message from my future self. She came to visit me, and I fully believe that. I fully believe that because this visualization was not something I was looking to create in my head. I wasn't sitting there like, let me think of my future self and let me have her tell me that this is going to be okay. That was not what happened. And that's why these moments like this I find so crazy because it wasn't me that did it. And I know it. I know it wasn't me. It was God. It was God. It was the universe. It was this external force that gave me this visualization of my future self to remind me that everything is going to be okay. And that really sent me last night into this mental state of gratitude and ease because I know that I am capable and that my future self knows it too. And because of that, I just know everything's going to be okay. And the one thing that I found amazing about this visualization was my future self wasn't that old. If anything, she was in her 20s. So I know that in the next couple of years, everything I've ever dreamed of is going to be true. I know it's going to happen. My only obstacle, and I know this is my obstacle, is getting over the fear of the unknown, which we all have to a certain extent. I think mine is not as high as honestly most people, but I still have that aspect. And getting over the fear of allowing myself to really dive into it and be proud of what I'm doing. I have always been one to like reduce my light for the people around me, and I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to lower myself and what I have to offer in order to make other people feel comfortable in themselves. Because that comfortableness of other people that I feel like I'm allowing is actually their insecurities being fulfilled. And I've noticed that I do this around a lot of people because I don't want anyone to ever feel insecure or whatever they may be feeling is I make sure I'm not taking all the attention or I'm not taking compliments. I actually like direct the attention away from me. And instead of allowing things to naturally just whatever happens, I do think that I have a more contagious energy because I'm a positive person and whatever, but I don't know. I feel like that's something I need to work on is just allowing myself to like accept energy and attention and opportunities and things and tap into them because if it's coming towards me, it's for a reason. And if people don't like that and they can't handle that, then that's fine. That is completely fine. If you can't handle another person being happy, having a lot of energy, and tapping into things that they love, you are an insecure person. And I don't want those people in my life. So it's like, why would I ever lower my light for someone like that? So I'm really trying to get over that mental block and I'm just so proud of myself and I'm just so blessed to be here. Honestly, I'm so blessed that I'm alive. That is it. Because my future self, oh my god, I look really scary. My face is so puffy right now too. I don't. But my future self is gonna be looking at this and she's gonna be like, she recorded another 8-minute video. She just said she wasn't gonna do that. But I can't believe this actually hit 8 minutes, honestly. The first one was 6 minutes, but I didn't record the volume. So to my future self, um, I cannot wait to see what you do. Actually, I can't wait to see what I do because we're all the same, but I can't wait to see where you're at. That's what I can't wait for. And my past self, I love you, and all of this is for you. So, wherever you are, we're doing it. That's what's going on.